Have you ever caught yourself staring in the bathroom mirror, wondering when exactly it all started to change? Most men over 60 have felt that quiet worry, but few ever say it out loud. It is the kind of private grief that settles in when your body stops responding the way it used to, especially down there. Not many want to admit it, but it eats at your sense of who you are. My name is Dr. James. I am 63 years old, a physician who has spent more than 3 decades listening to men just like you. I have sat across from farmers, engineers, retired Marines, all carrying the same weight in their eyes. They might come in complaining of low energy or stiff joints, but sooner or later, it always circles back to the one thing they are most embarrassed to talk about. Their manhood does not work like it did. And with that, they feel like they are fading. There is a quote by Viktor Frankl that has stuck with me through the years. He said, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." I believe that applies perfectly here. You might not control time or how many birthdays you have seen, but you still have power over how you care for your body right now. Picture this for a second. The morning light is spilling across your kitchen table. Your wife is humming softly while pouring her coffee. You stand there, quiet, shoulders heavy with the thought that maybe your best days are behind you. That private ache in your chest is not really about sex. It is about the fear of losing your place in your own life. But here is what I want you to hear from me before we go any further. You are not alone, and you are not broken. There are reasons why these changes happen, and even better, there are ways to fight back that most men have never been told. So stick with me. In the next part, I will show you exactly why your body is sending out these early distress signals, and how understanding them could be the key to feeling like yourself again. If any part of this strikes home, drop a quick comment below. I read every single one. Let's keep going. Let me ask you something straight up. When was the last time you felt truly confident in your own body? Not just generally healthy, but sure that it would respond exactly how you wanted when you were close to your partner. Most men think a softer erection is just nature slowing them down. But I am here to tell you it is actually one of the earliest warning signs your blood flow is in trouble. I have seen this over and over in my practice. A man comes in worried about memory slips or heart flutters. But more often than not, his body gave him a clue long before that. It started with his penis not getting as firm, or a strange tightness that almost felt like a small cramp when he got excited. He usually ignored it, chalked it up to aging. Meanwhile, his blood vessels were narrowing, his circulation slowing down, quietly putting him at risk for much bigger problems. There is a saying by Dr. Abraham Morgentaler, a Harvard urologist, that has always stayed with me. He said, "Sexual health is often the first domino to fall in a man's overall health." It is blunt but true. When blood has a hard time reaching the most sensitive part of your body, you can bet it is struggling to reach your heart and brain too. Picture this. You are sitting at the edge of your bed, early morning sun creeping through the blinds, your wife still asleep beside you. You look down, hoping for the same morning rise you counted on for decades. Instead, it is weaker, slower, maybe not there at all. That moment hits harder than most men ever admit. It is not about vanity. It is about realizing your body is whispering that it needs help. Here is the good news. These changes are not set in stone. They are your body's way of asking for support, telling you something needs to shift before more serious damage takes hold. And in just a minute, I will show you how some of the simplest foods can start turning this around faster than you might believe. If this hits close to home, type a quick yes in the comments. I promise you are not the only man feeling this. Let's keep moving and look at what could actually save your blood flow starting today. Let me ask you a tough question. When did you last think about what your daily habits are doing to your blood flow? Not just your heart or your joints, but the circulation that feeds your manhood. Most guys never pause to consider it. They figure if they are breathing and moving around, things are fine. But the truth is, the world we live in today is quietly shutting down the very system that keeps a man feeling like himself. I see it every day. Men sit too long at desks or recliners, grabbing quick salty snacks, drinking more soda or coffee than water, and brushing off sleep. They tell themselves it is just normal life. Meanwhile, inside, blood vessels are tightening, nitric oxide is dropping, and tissues that need oxygen are being left behind. It does not feel like a big deal right away. Maybe just a weaker response in the bedroom, or that odd pressure low in the groin that comes and goes. But over time, these small choices pile up and start starving the parts of you that matter most. There is a line from Dr. Andrew Weil that I often share. He says, "The body can heal itself, but only if we stop doing what is hurting it in the first place." That could not be more true for circulation. If your blood vessels stay stiff and starved long enough, they stop delivering what your penis needs to stay firm and responsive. It is not about desire or testosterone alone. It is a supply problem. Without healthy blood flow, nothing else matters. Picture this. A man in his late 60s sitting at his kitchen table, sunlight on the wood grain, scrolling through the news on his phone. He pops a couple blood pressure pills, sips his coffee, and does not think twice. All the while, his vessels are hardening a little more, his body struggling silently to keep up. But it does not have to stay that way. You can begin to turn this around with a few simple shifts, the kind that restore blood flow from the inside out. In a minute, I will show you exactly which foods can help open things back up naturally. If this sounds like something you need, drop a simple "I'm in" below. It might be the first step to finally taking back control. Now let's look at what can help most, starting with a humble root vegetable that could change everything. When was the last time you thought a vegetable could change the way blood moves through your body, let alone to your penis? Most men laugh when they hear that. Then they try it and realize it is no joke. I am talking about beets. A simple root you might walk right past in the grocery store, never suspecting it holds the key to waking up tired blood vessels. Over the years, I have had dozens of older patients tell me how embarrassed they felt by slower, weaker erections. They tried pills. They tried waiting it out. But nobody ever told them that something as ordinary as a beet could give their circulation the jumpstart it was begging for. There is a quote by Hippocrates I often share with patients. He said, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food." It is one of the simplest truths in health. Your body responds to what you put in it. Beets are packed with natural nitrates that your system converts into nitric oxide, the very molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax and open up. More room inside the vessels means more blood can flow exactly where it needs to, without pressure or struggle. Picture this. A man about your age stands at his kitchen counter, peeling a beet, red juice staining his fingers. Morning light pours in through the window. He is not thinking about his next prescription or worrying about side effects. He is taking charge of his health with something from the produce aisle. Within days, his vessels start opening up. That strange tightness in his groin begins to ease. His confidence grows. No magic, just his body finally getting what it needed all along. That is the real power here. It is not about chasing youth. It is about giving your blood vessels the raw material they need to work like they used to. If you are serious about seeing a change, start by adding a small glass of beet juice or a serving of roasted beets to your day. Drop a comment below if you are willing to give it a try. And stay with me, because next we will look at a fruit you have probably eaten your whole life, without realizing it holds a compound that can boost blood flow almost like a prescription, only without the side effects. Let's keep going. Let me ask you something. How many times have you sliced up a watermelon, enjoyed the sweet red part, and tossed the rest without a thought? Most men do it every summer, never realizing they are throwing away something that could actually change how blood flows to their penis. I have been a doctor long enough to know that men over 60 often miss the simple fixes. They look for complicated answers or expensive treatments, when sometimes the answer is sitting right on their kitchen counter. Watermelon is one of those answers, especially the pale white rind most people throw in the trash. That rind holds a powerful compound called citrulline. Your body uses citrulline to help relax and open up tiny blood vessels, the same vessels that need to expand during arousal. There is a line by Dr. Dean Ornish I like to remind patients of. He says, "The more you nourish your body, the more it can heal itself." Watermelon is a perfect example. It does not force your system. It simply gives it what it needs to do its job the natural way. Picture this. A man in his late 60s standing in his kitchen, early sunlight coming through the window. He slices into a fresh watermelon, but this time he saves the white part. He blends it with the red, pours it into a glass, and takes a slow sip. Over the next couple weeks, he notices that tight, almost cramping feeling in his groin during intimacy starts to fade. His mornings get easier. He feels more like the man he remembers. That is the quiet victory I want for you. No pills pushing blood where it struggles to go. No side effects to worry about. Just your own body, working better because you fed it what it needed. If you are willing to try blending the red and white parts of the melon together, drop a quick, "Trying this," in the comments. It might encourage another man to give it a shot too. And stick with me, because up next is something most people overlook entirely. Tiny seeds that carry the minerals your blood vessels and testosterone depend on. Let's talk about it. Let me ask you straight. How many times have you cleaned out a pumpkin, scooped out those seeds, and tossed them without a second thought? Most men have done it for decades, never suspecting those little seeds could hold the very minerals that keep their erections strong and steady. In my practice, I have seen more men turn things around with pumpkin seeds than almost any other simple change. These seeds are packed with magnesium, zinc, and arginine, 3 nutrients that work quietly behind the scenes to help your blood vessels stay open and your testosterone stay steady. Magnesium helps keep vessels relaxed so blood can move freely. Zinc supports testosterone production, which tends to slide down as we age. And arginine is a building block your body uses to create nitric oxide, that critical molecule we have talked about that opens up circulation right where you need it. There is a quote from Thomas Edison that I have always believed belongs in every exam room. He said, "The doctor of the future will give no medicine but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, in diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease." That is exactly what these seeds do. They give your body the raw tools to keep blood moving naturally, without forcing anything. Picture this. A man in his early 70s sitting on his porch in the afternoon sun, a small bowl of pumpkin seeds in his hand. He eats them slow, feels the breeze on his face, thinks about how simple this is compared to all the pills he tried before. 3 weeks later he tells me that the strange tightness in his groin is gone and he is waking up with stronger morning erections than he has had in years. That is what I want for you. A small daily habit that rebuilds your foundation from the inside out. If you are ready to add just a handful of these to your routine, type "adding seeds" in the comments. It might give another man the push he needs. And stay with me, because next I will show you how to put all of this together into one easy daily plan that can start working in just days. Let's keep going. Let me ask you something honest. How many plans have you started over the years only to give up because they were just too complicated? I have seen it again and again. Men with the best intentions get lost in recipes, charts, and strict rules. It does not have to be that way. I want to show you a simple daily routine you can start tomorrow morning. Nothing fancy, nothing hard to remember. Just small choices lined up across your day that, together, start waking up your circulation in as little as 1 week. There is a quote from Dr. William Osler, one of the fathers of modern medicine. He said, "The good physician treats the disease, the great physician treats the patient who has the disease." This plan is not just about fixing a problem. It is about caring for you as a whole man. Picture this. It is early morning. Sunlight is spilling across your kitchen counter. You pour yourself a small glass of beet juice. It might stain your fingertips, but that deep red color is a sign of the natural nitrates your body needs to open those vessels and get blood moving again. Mid-morning, you blend up a watermelon smoothie, rind and all. It is cool, refreshing, and quietly relaxing those smaller arteries that often clamp down during arousal. Sometime in the afternoon, you grab a small handful of pumpkin seeds. You might be reading the paper or watching a ball game while you snack on them. Those seeds are loading your body with magnesium, zinc, and arginine, quietly rebuilding what years of stress and skipped meals have worn down. This is not about chasing perfection. It is about building a gentle rhythm your body can count on day after day. Your blood vessels do not respond to magic. They respond to steady care. If you are ready to give this a real try, drop a "starting this week" in the comments. And stay with me, because in the next part, I want to show you the biggest mistake most men over 60 make when it comes to their erections, and why this simple plan beats any quick fix. Have you ever reached for one of those little blue pills hoping it would fix everything? You are not alone. Most men over 60 I see in my office have tried them at some point. They just want to feel normal again. But here is what I need you to understand. Those pills might force blood through, but they do nothing to actually fix the problem that caused the slowdown in the first place. I have watched countless men come in over the years, frustrated and embarrassed, telling me the pills used to work but now they barely do. Their heads hurt, their faces flush, sometimes their hearts race. That is because these drugs push blood through pipes that are already damaged. They do not rebuild nitric oxide. They do not soften stiff vessels. They do not stop that deep groin tension that so many men mistake for simple aging. There is a quote by Dr. Mark Hyman that sticks with me. He says, "You cannot drug your way out of a problem you behaved your way into." That is the heart of it. Most circulation issues are lifestyle-driven. Pills try to cheat the system for a night, but your body still needs real support to truly heal. Picture this. A man in his late 60s sitting at his dining table. He opens his wallet, pulls out a small foil packet, and just stares at it. He feels a wave of hope mixed with worry. He wants to be close to his wife tonight, but deep down he knows this is only masking a bigger issue. That is not the kind of confidence I want for you. I want you to feel secure because your body is truly working better, not because a pill is temporarily forcing it to. If this hits home, type "no more quick fixes" in the comments. Let me know you are ready for something deeper. Because next, I am going to show you why this is about far more than erections. It is really about reclaiming your place in your own life. Stick with me. Let me ask you a question you may not have thought about before. When you worry about your erections, what are you really afraid of losing? It is rarely just about sex. For most men I sit down with, it cuts much deeper than that. It is about pride, closeness, and still feeling like the man they have always known themselves to be. I have heard it again and again in my office. A man comes in with quiet eyes, tells me things are not working like they used to. But once we talk longer, it always turns into something more personal. He misses the easy way his wife used to smile when he reached for her. He misses feeling powerful in his own skin. That loss can settle into a man's bones, make him feel like he is slowly fading from the life he built. There is a quote by Viktor Frankl that I have shared many times. He said, "When a person can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure." That is why so many chase pills or one-night fixes. But this journey is really about meaning, connection, and holding on to the parts of life that matter most. Picture this. A man in his 70s sitting on the edge of his bed at night. His wife reaches over, rests her hand on his leg, gives it a gentle squeeze. In that small moment, he feels more alive than he has in years. It is not about performance. It is about being present, sharing trust, knowing his body can still show up when it counts. That is the heart of why I care so much about helping men rebuild from the inside out. Not for bragging rights or ego, but so you can stay engaged in your own life. So you can still laugh hard, hold your partner close, and feel proud of the man you see in the mirror. If this resonates, drop a "still here" in the comments. I promise it will mean something to another man reading this. And stay with me, because next I want to show you exactly how this can be the start of your strongest chapter yet. Let's keep going. Let me ask you something that might feel a little uncomfortable. What if tomorrow morning could be the first day of your strongest decade yet? Would you believe that? Or have you already decided your best days are behind you? I want you to hear me on this. It is never too late. I have taken care of men in their 60s, 70s, even well into their 80s who thought they were done. They told me they felt like they were disappearing. But once they started giving their body what it needed, they saw a change. Their mornings were different. Their connection with their wives felt new again. Most importantly, they found a spark they thought was gone for good. There is a quote from George Eliot that says, "It is never too late to be what you might have been." I believe that with all my heart. Your blood vessels can still open up. Your tissue can still heal. Your confidence can still grow. You just have to give yourself a chance. Picture this. A man around your age stands in front of the bathroom mirror, morning sun warming his shoulders. He runs a hand across his jaw, sees a little more color in his face, a steadier look in his eyes. He steps back into the bedroom, slides under the covers next to his wife, and knows he is not done. He is still here, still capable of love, strength, and real pleasure. That is what I want for you. Not just stronger erections, but a renewed sense of living fully in your own skin. If anything I have shared today has struck a chord, leave a comment or hit that like button so I know you are out there listening. And if you want to help me keep making these videos for men like us, consider making a small donation. It truly makes a difference. Thank you for being here with me, for caring enough about yourself to keep learning. Remember, this is not the end of your story. This is just the start of a new chapter. Now go live it.